Hello, I'm Bagige Angela. I'm the CEO and founder of Lamal Essentials. We are an agro-processing company that adds value to oilseeds to make various products like Nilotica shea butter, castor oil, neem oil, sesame oil, among others. We also make natural handcrafted soaps that are good for the skin, hair, and body. As an individual, I was so honored and happy to be part of the Next Gens event that happened in Kampala. And trust me, I didn't remain the same. I was so much inspired, I was so much motivated, but at the same time, I was challenged. Hearing unique stories from successful entrepreneurs was so powerful, and it made me reflect on a lot of things uh, that I'm planning to even implement in the business, but at the same time share with my team members who are not able to be part of the event. I really learned a lot from successful entrepreneurs who are sharing, and there was this unique panel discussion where it was only women who were, sharing with us about their unique stories. I really liked what Miriam Dagire said. She mentioned that it's very important to be resilient and consistent in what we do, and it's this consistency that people really get to relate to what we do and can easily recognize us if we are consistent. I also liked what Sophie Nantongo shared, how she started with $150, 150 US dollars as her capital, how she used to go to Nairobi, buy some raw materials or products, bring them to Uganda and sell them. And she used to do this twice a week. But because she was consistent with what she was doing, it ended up being a big company, which is African Queen distribution company. I've always been seeing these trucks everywhere, almost everywhere I could see these trucks, and I used to wonder who was behind this brand. And it was so amazing to see her in person and the impact that she has made, having 1,000 employees, 1,000 plus employees is so powerful. And she also mentioned that it's the same people that she started with, like most of them, and they're still with her for like 5+ years. And that really shows the importance of having the relationship with the employees that you work with, because she says she now considers them as a family. She always puts herself in their shoes to know the pain they go through and all that, and that has helped her to have that strong relationship with them. She also mentioned that it's very important to trust the process of entrepreneurship. You can't have everything in a day. It takes time, but you have to trust that process. And if you do, then you can reach to success. And also Ricky, the rapper story was very interesting. You know how he started as a police guard, and then went into being a boda rider, and he used to take tourists who wanted to know more about Kampala. He could take them for rides, and they were paying like $30 per trip. But after him losing a friend, he wanted to create awareness about safety. He wanted to ensure that even the customers were safe when using borders, and that's how Safe Border came up. And I'm a good customer of Safe Borders. I always feel safe when I'm using the Safe Borders. So his story was also very inspiring. There is also the co-founder of Wazi. They recycle plastics. I liked what she mentioned, that tell me your network and I tell you your net worth. It really shows that it's important to look for the right kind of networks that can help you as an individual to grow. If you have the right networks, the right people, they will help your business grow. Even in spaces where you're not around, they'll be there to ensure that your company is being recognized. She also mentioned about the stories. It's good to share our stories, because if we share our stories, it's through that people can learn about what we do and who we are, and also the process that we've gone through to reach where we are. Donna Masolo was also another inspiring entrepreneur that just left me surprised. She runs 6 companies. She's the co-founder and CEO of 6 companies, and they're all successful. But the way she started is she just wanted to ensure that her family, they can have a meal on the table. And after losing her dad, she really had to work hard to ensure that that happens, that her family, they have what to eat. But in the process, she has ended up running 6 businesses offering different services. And Malaika Business Institute, Malaika Vocational Skills and Business Institute is one of the big companies that I know of. And there is one thing that she really kept on mentioning, and it was about having business development skills, how important it is. If you have things like, if your company is legally registered or incorporated, you have proper records, proper accounting records, you have systems that can help you track your sales, customers, and all that. You're compliant with the legal systems, like you have everything in order as a company. It even builds that transparency between you as a company as well as the customers. It also attracts more investments and other partners. Everyone would like to partner with you if you have an organized company. So she kept on emphasizing that, because it's one of the things that make most of the companies unsuccessful. I also liked what Mr. Kasada mentioned. He said that we have to change the mentality of SMEs, because most of the times we as young entrepreneurs, we love calling ourselves as small businesses. And he said that if we continue doing that, our mentality will always stay like that, and it means that we won't have those big visions of being big companies. So even if we are small at the moment, we should always have those big visions of being big companies. I also like what Anita Bali was sharing, how she started her business as well. Her dream was to be a journalist, but she ended up being a fashion designer, and her brand is big in Uganda as well as internationally. And she mentioned that it's very important to start small, you master everything. You make errors and mistakes when you're small, because if you start small with what you have, the resources you have, it's easy to also scale up. Because if you build that strong foundation, when you scale up, it's very hard to break, because you've gone through all the experience. You can't just start a business and just start from the top. You will break. But if you start small, it's easy to scale up. That's also something I learned. Then there is also the founder of roofings. who has spent 50 years in business. He spent 20 years in Rwanda and 30 years in Uganda, but also his story of how he started with nothing, but because of the friends that he had, he was encouraged to start a business where he was supplying a certain company, and he continuously did that. And at some point when he moved to Uganda, he decided to do his own business, which is roofing. It's also one of the big companies in Uganda, and it has now grown into a big business. He emphasized that inheritance, because he's 80 years right now, but he mentioned that it's important to find the right people who will inherit the business once we are not around, because at some point we will all leave this world, but who is there, who is that kind of person who will still ensure that the business is continuously growing and moving. He also mentioned that nothing is impossible, which means that if you believe in something, if you're solving the right problem in the community we are from, if you have the right network, the right kind of team that can help you grow, then nothing is impossible. I'll end up by sharing the insights that I learned from Vuzi. Actually, Vuzi Thembakwayo challenged me, and by the time we left, we really had something that we had to do, a task that was given to us. I'll start by saying that he mentioned that we should try out the Zoho app. That app has almost everything that we need. It can track the sales, track the customers, ensuring that we have the proper records. It's a good system, so I can't wait to use it. And also he mentioned a lot of things. For example, he used the example of Pink Panther, the instruments that were played in the Pink Panther video. And he said that when you listen to this music, you may think it's simple music, I can do it. But behind the scenes, you'll find that it was not only one person who was playing these instruments. It was a team of people who were playing these instruments, putting it together, that it ended up sounding the way it sounds. And that really showed me the importance of having a team. We all get credit when we are a team, but it's so important to have a team, and it's important to share the vision of the team, the agency, the vision of the company to the team, and also the agency of the goals of the company to the team. And there is something that he mentioned, that how can you build a team that can build a business? Most of the times, we as entrepreneurs, we love doing everything in the company. Like, you find that you're the CEO, you're the salesperson, you're the operation manager, you're in accounting. But he said that it's very important to build a team, and it's that team that will help grow or build the business. And because I've been struggling with that, I'll be honest, I've been struggling with that, but just listening to what he mentioned really gave me that courage to really consider having a strong team in the company. He also mentioned about I think there were 3 models, but the business Canva model, how important it is. It helps us to see the pain, to understand the pain that our customers go through, how much they are willing to pay, the value that we offer to them, how they'll receive the products, and all that. The business model helps us to really know that. And he kept on mentioning really understanding our customer segment, going deeper and deeper to really know who exactly is our customer, what they do, and all those things. If you really understand that segment, then it becomes easy to offer the right kind of product or service to the right customers. There is something that he also mentioned, for example, having instructions or assisting that the team can always follow. If it's doing something from 7 p.m., then they have to know that at this time I should be doing this, at this time I should be doing this, and it's continuous. There is something that he mentioned, that we should always build our businesses on insights and not instincts, because you can start a business with an instinct, but as you're scaling up, you have to base on the insights. What are the things that you're learning? What are the things that you're observing? What is the feedback that your customers are giving you? All those insights can help you to, reflect, but help you find the right strategies to scale up. There is also another thing that you mentioned that is important to differentiate between the work that grows the business and the work that needs to be done. So the work that needs to be done is important for the team to be doing that. For example, me who runs a business, an oil processing business, it's important to have the team that can ensure that the work is done, the products are available, the customers are buying all these products. And then the work that grows the business, it's important to think of that. What things am I doing to ensure that customers are continuously coming? If we have 3 customers, how am I ensuring that more customers are coming? And that's where that's one of the challenges that as an individual I've been having. Sometimes you find that as you're looking for opportunities that grow the business, you're forgetting about the work that needs to be done. And if you leave one thing undone, you find that it ends up affecting the business, or sometimes the business may end up falling. So it's important to know both things and ensuring that they are balancing. Voze also mentioned about the importance of praying for the businesses that we are in. He mentioned about the 73 disciples who were sent into the wilderness, the 12 disciples that remained with Jesus, and the 3 disciples that went with him as he was ascending. And it showed that not everyone we employ will be among the 3 circles. So we have to know who are the people who are supposed to be in the 73. Those are the people we share with the vision. They know the vision, but they don't know the vision bearer. And then the 12 are the ones that you trust. They know the vision bearer, they know the vision, but then there are those top 3 who will know what the vision bearer is going through, what the vision bearer is planning, and all that. So we have to know who to be in which category, because the challenge that we have most of the times is we think that everyone is in our top 3, but if we can differentiate that, it helps to know the boundaries. Like, this one is doing this and that's their role, this one is doing that and that's their role, and that's okay. And he also mentioned that if we understand that if we understand that the business is like a spiritual if we understand that business is spiritual, then it will enable us, to be successful. That's why it's important to keep praying for our businesses. And lastly, he mentioned that we should have grace on ourselves as entrepreneurs. If things don't work out, that's okay. It's okay to learn. It's okay to fail. We should not be so hard on ourselves. We should appreciate, we should celebrate the small achievements that we make. We should share our stories with the small achievements that we make. It's through those steps, those small steps, that we can be successful. There are a lot of things that were shared during the event, a lot of learning. And as an individual, I would really like to thank UNDP, Private Sector Foundation, the events organizers, for making the event more colorful. We were inspired in general, and as an individual, I didn't remain the same. The learnings that I got are not going to stay with me alone. I'm going to share them with my team members and every entrepreneur I'll come across with. And trust me, come next year for the same Next Gen event, there will be a lot of change. And I would like to thank Vuzi for leaving the models that he mentioned, and those will also enable us to follow. But at the same time, the exercise that he mentioned will also enable us to understand really where we are standing as a business and the best way forward. Thank you so much.